Hey guys, how you doing? Steam Joe here, and I'm back with another review of One Punch Man. Now this one is for episode 4, English dub, and it started off with Hammerhead, who was leading the group called the Paradisers. Excuse me. He was trying to preach to people outside, saying how you shouldn't be forced to work. You shouldn't be forced to work, and food and everything else should be free, and how the rich needs to stop taking from the poor, and how everything just needs to be, equal. Everybody share everything for free. So then he said if you wanted to work, you can, but if you didn't want to work, then you could still get things for free. But as he was preaching, one of his minions told him that nobody was listening. So then that's when Hammerhead decided that they needed to make a scene and destroy one of the wealthy people's, well actually the wealthiest person in City F's home, and his name is Zeniru. So they destroyed one house with their battle suits that they stole from someone else, and they knocked the house down. But then one of the minions realized that that actually wasn't his house, Zeniru's house. So then they started marching on to where his house is actually. So then the next scene is introducing a new character. His name is Merman Rider, and the scene shows him taking a balloon out of a tree that a kid let go by accident, and he gives the kid the balloon back, then bikes off on his bicycle. He has the full body armor, helmet, bicycle. So I can't wait to see what they do with his character. I think he's going to be pretty interesting. Next scene was Saitama sleeping, and he was dreaming about somebody trying to play rock, paper, scissors with him, but they had a booger on his finger, on their finger. So then Saitama jumps up and says, "Oh, don't try to touch me with, I don't want to play rock, paper, scissors with you, and you have a booger on your finger." And he wakes up and realizes it was just a dream. So then he starts brushing his teeth and watching the news. And the news is reporting that it's a group of terrorists causing a ruckus in City F. And they go by the name of the Paradisers. So then they also said that all of the members are bald and extremely dangerous. And that's when Saitama realized that, this is a problem, because he was bald too, just like them. So Saitama felt like that would mess up his reputation as being a hero. So then Saitama suits up, and he's ready to basically beat him up because they're messing up his reputation. So then the next scene was the Paradisers causing more ruckus in City F, and that's when Merman Man shows up, and he tries to stop him. He introduces himself, and everybody's cheering and clapping him on, saying, "Yeah, Merman Rider is here." I'm sorry, Merman Rider. I said Merman Man. Merman Rider is here. So he's getting pumped up and everything. So the next thing you know, the scene jumps to him laying on the ground. Look like somebody bopped him on the back of his head. He's got blood coming out, leg is twisted, and somebody's screaming, "Call an ambulance, call an ambulance." So then the group, the Paradisers, move on. So then the next scene is Zeniru in his mansion or condo, apartment, whatever you want to call it. He's being told by his butler that he should leave while he still can, because this group is pretty dangerous that's trying to kill him. But Zenitsu disagrees with that and feels like he has to keep his reputation up by staying and fighting. So then next thing you know, that's when Soundo Sonic appears in the room, and he says that Zenitsu is lucky because he still has Soundo Sonic under contract. So Soundo Sonic agrees to take care of the guys, but in doing that, Soundo Sonic told Zenitsu to make sure he can find a place for the bodies. So next scene is the Paradisers moving closer to Zenitsu's house. His house has what people call a golden turret on top of it. So they see that and they realize that they're getting closer. They just have to get past the woods that's in front of his house. So as they march through the woods, that's when Speedo Sound Sonic shows up and tells them that no one has ever lasted against him and that he does his jobs quickly and efficiently. The Paradisers, including Hammerhead, they're pretty cocky and feel like they can beat him. So the next thing you know, Speedo Sound Sonic starts slicing their heads off one by one, and he's moving like faster than light look like or something. It's like and his head is just flying all over the place. So then the last person is Hammerhead that's alive, and Speedo Sound Sonic scratches Hammerhead's armor. Hammerhead gets upset and does like a ground pound, makes this huge shockwave in the woods, knocks down trees, rocks, and all that. So Speedo Sound Sonic dodges it, but then next thing you know, Hammerhead started throwing rocks at Speedo Sound Sonic, and Sonic is dodging them left and right. And I thought it was cool, the effects that they use to illustrate how fast Sonic was going. I thought that was pretty cool. So then next thing you know, Hammer lines all the rocks up in like a straight path, so that way he'll be able to see where Sonic is going. And Sonic figures that out, and he goes straight ahead to Hammerhead because he wants to see if Hammerhead can beat him. So then Hammerhead pulls out a whole tree from the ground and slams it into the straight pathway he created with the rocks. But little did he know that Speedo Sound Sonic was right behind him, and then he threw looked like a kunai knife into his neck. Well, the back of his head, I'll say. The back of his head. So then Hammerhead drops to the ground. Sonic gets on the phone and tells him that the Paradisers have been destroyed and Hammerhead is on the ground. His body is still there, or so he thought, because then a second later, Hammerhead disappeared and Sonic missed him. But that was because Hammerhead was still alive, because he claimed that he had a thicker skull than the average human. So as he's running away, he sees Saitama, and now he's trying to figure out who Saitama is. But then the show goes to another scene that shows Genos getting fixed up after his last battle with Kabuto, and he's talking to the doctor that installed the android parts on his body, Dr. Kuzuno, and he's telling the doctor how he was saved twice by Saitama, and that Saitama was a really good fighter and everything, and he wanted to be as strong as Saitama. So then Kuzuno tells Genos that he has a new set of armor that he wanted to put on him strong and possibly stronger than Saitama. Then Genos is happy about that, and the new armor gets installed. So then the next scene is Hammerhead confronting Saitama, and he thinks that Saitama is actually trying to be a part of the of Hammerhead's crew, but Saitama tells him that no, he's just an average guy who's a hero for fun. So then Hammerhead gets upset by that, and then he punches Saitama, knocks down some trees and stuff because the impact of the blow was so strong that it made like airwaves and all that. It was pretty cool. But the punch had no effect on Saitama. So that's when Saitama tells Hammerhead that he was disappointed with the battlesuit's power. He thought that it would have been stronger, but he was not satisfied with it. So then that's when Hammerhead tells Saitama that it's a 100% true form to the battlesuit that he was waiting to try on somebody. And Saitama was the perfect opportunity to bring that out. So he starts transforming, there's electricity going around, the suit gets muscular, and then the next thing you know, he starts swinging his arms at Saitama like a little kid would do. I think it's called the swing attack. And Saitama even said that, wow, that was an attack that he used when he was younger. So then before Hammerhead's arms could hit Saitama, he grabbed both of them, and then he elbowed Hammerhead right in the chest, and that blew off all of the armor. As he was elbowing Hammerhead, he realized that Hammerhead was just like himself. So then instead of killing Hammerhead, Saitama just made sure to knock off all the armor. So then once Saitama knocked off all the armor, Hammerhead was naked. And he was scared of everything. That was like, he said, oh, so you're not going to kill me? You're going to let me go? And Saitama was like, yeah, go, just don't do anything bad. And then Hammerhead was like, okay. And then he ran off into the woods, naked. Or as Saitama said, buck naked. So then Speedo Sound Sonic showed up and asked where did Hammerhead go? And then that's when Saitama said, well, he went over there running into the woods. He was butt naked. So then Speedo Sound Sonic threw a kunai knife at Saitama, and he grabbed it and was like, whoa, what is this for? And then Sonic tried to stab him in the eye with a sword. But Saitama grabbed it right before it touched his eye and then broke it in half. So then that's when Saitama was trying to tell Speedo Sound Sonic that he was not part of the Paradisers, and that he was bald just because, you know, he was a hero for fun and everything. But Speedo Sound Sonic did not know who Saitama was. So then Speedo Sound Sonic was mad because Saitama blocked 2 of his attacks, and he said no one has ever done that before. So now, you know, he gotta kill Saitama just because he's a trained ninja and he worked hard on his technique and everything. So when he starts something, he gotta finish it. So then that's when they go into battle, Saitama versus Speedo Sound Sonic. And Sonic is bouncing all over the place, going up and down, left, right, and Saitama is just looking kind of bored, like, okay, I can see what he's doing, there's nothing really special. Sonic thinks he's moving so fast that Saitama can't see him, but Saitama can. So then he tries to do, Speedo Sound Sonic tries to do his wind kick, I think that's what it's called, and Saitama dodged it. But once Saitama dodged that kick, he was Sonic was left open. Basically, his legs were spread open, and Saitama's fist was kind of right in Sonic's man area. I'll say man area because, you know, they're trying to make it kid friendly. But his fist was right in his man area. So after Sonic did the kick, he started coming down into Saitama's fist while it was still up. And basically, Saitama's fist punched Speedo Sound Sonic's man area. And let's just say it wasn't pretty. I think we all know how that pain feels, well, men anyway. So then once it happened, Saitama was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Your momentum carried into my fist, and it was an accident." So then next thing you know, the whole scene went to like a technical difficulties, like picture. Kind of like how if something controversial happens on live TV, then they cut to another picture to, you know, cover up stuff. I liked how they used that on the anime with the flowers and the rainbows and stuff in the back. I thought that was pretty cool and funny. And afterwards, Speedo Sound Sonic started talking to Saitama, saying how he was a ninja, he was trained to kill, and you know, he was an assassin at one point too, but he was going to put all that on the side just to become strong enough to defeat Saitama. But as he's saying all of this, he's got his legs curled in and he's all closed up because he's still got that pain in the man area, you know, from being punched accidentally. So then he asked Saitama what was his name, because at the time Speedo Sound Sonic didn't know Saitama's name. So Saitama tells Speedo Sound Sonic his name, and as he's saying that, he's pretty bored because he just wanted to go home. And then Speedo Sound Sonic tells Saitama that he will be back to defeat him. So then Saitama is like, okay, he's just ready to go home. Saitama is. So then Speedo Sound Sonic tells Saitama that he will be back and he will be stronger. And then the camera cuts to Saitama, and he has his, you know, fired up look on his face, and he's like, "Train hard." I thought that was funny too. So then after all of that, Saitama and Genos went back to, you know, the house or Saitama's apartment, and then it's just the scene cuts to Saitama telling Genos about Speedo Sound, and Genos does not like Speedo Sound Sonic's name. He thinks it's redundant, which it kind of is, but then Saitama tells Genos to go home. You know, he's done trying to train and everything. Genos, he just wants to be alone because he had a problem. So then Genos asks what was Saitama's problem, and then that's when Saitama said that he was upset that nobody knew him, and that he felt like, you know, for all the monsters that he destroyed, all the people that he saved, and, you know, the cities that he kept, you know, still around, because basically the monsters was destroying the city, but Saitama stopped them. But Saitama felt like, you know, he should have a fan base. He should have, you know, people should know him, really. So then that's when Genos asked Saitama if he signed up for the hero registration test. And Saitama didn't even know it existed, but they went on the internet and found it out. And basically it's just something that if you pass, then you get certification to be a hero. You're a certified hero. And then you get paid through donations you get paid from donations that's made to the association that certifies you a hero. So Saitama signed up for it, and he asked if Genos was going to sign up for it. Genos said no, he had no need to. But then Saitama made a deal with Genos and said that if both of them signed up to be heroes, that he would then teach Genos, how to become strong. You make Genos his disciple. So then Genos agreed, and they both signed up for it. So later on that night, as Saitama was writing on the paper all his information, he started to wonder if, he could have been like Hammerhead and his crew, trying to fight for good, but at the same time not wanting to work and everything. So then that's when the episode went off. Then post credits was both Genos and Saitama at the registration facility getting ready for it. So I guess on the next episode it'll be Genos and Saitama trying to sign them to be heroes. And we'll see what kind of adventure they'll have on the next episode. I can't wait. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching my review. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And stay tuned for more videos, more content. It's coming soon, guys. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for all the views on my past episodes. Really appreciate it. You guys keep supporting me, so I'll keep supporting you guys. And as always, Steam Joe out.